sometimes with beginners or people starting out in the gym is they will start bulking to build muscle. And bulking is one of the most potent ways to build muscle. It's actually basically, unless you're on steroids, the only way to build muscle. You need to bulk, or in other words, eat more calories than you are burning per day to maintain your weight. Otherwise, you don't have any extra resources to grow. You don't have any extra resources to build and get stronger, right? So when it comes to dirty bulking and clean bulking, this is where people can get stuff wrong. So if you're not familiar with it, you're going to want to listen up. So dirty bulking and clean bulking doesn't actually refer to the type of food you eat, okay? So a lot of people will think that when I'm clean bulking, I'm eating only chicken and broccoli. And if I'm doing dirty bulks, I'm only eating pizza and ice cream. And this isn't the case at all. It doesn't refer to the type of food you're eating. What it does refer to, on the other hand, is your overall calorie intake. Okay? So when we're talking about a clean bulk, this is going to be eating roughly 200 to 300 calories above your maintenance calorie set. And if you don't already know how many calories you need every single day to maintain your body weight, this is a great time to go over to the NIH Body Weight Planner on Google. Just type in NIH Body Weight Planner, and it'll create a calorie calculator for you to help you find out exactly how many calories you need to eat every single day based off of your activity level and your fitness goals. So it will tell you, hey, you need to eat roughly 2,500 calories a day to maintain your weight. And if you want to gain weight at roughly a pound a week, it will tell you this exactly. You need to eat 2,800 or 3,000 calories. And it'll tell you, and you can do based off your a 6-month time frame, whatever time frame you want. Really good tool. Anyways, assuming you know your maintenance, you're going to eat about 200 to 300 calories over your maintenance calorie goal that you got from that calculator, or you just know. And clean bulking is great because it really helps to limit your body fat. Eating more calories overall will help you to build more muscle incredibly fast, but it will also help you to add a lot of fat really fast. So your body can only make so much muscle at a time, and when you eat 200 to 300 calories, you're basically getting all of the extra calories you need to build muscle. Adding in more calories isn't going to make a huge overall increase in muscle. It's just going to add extra fat. So this will really help to keep you kind of a leaner in your bulk. This is why a lot of times people will call clean bulking just a lean bulk. Okay, you can do this for a very long period of time. You will potentially, grow muscle a little bit slower, but the thing about this is it's not even necessarily the muscle, I should say. It's mainly the strength. Your overall muscle is about the same when you're growing, but your strength will greatly increase from all those extra calories. And if your strength increases, the chances of your muscle increasing are higher. So it's kind of a tandem play there. Another good reason to clean bulk and have a really small increase in calories, it's way easier to cut later. So if you decide you want to add some muscle and then you want to lose some weight, it's going to be tremendously easier down the road because you don't have 10 extra pounds of fat to cut off your body, or maybe even 20 or 30 if you're doing an actual legit dirty bulk. So much easier to cut later. And also just generally, a lot of beginners, they get into the gym because they want to look better. But a lot of people just want to feel better too. They want to be healthier. And by far the most healthiest version to bulk is doing a clean bulk with a very small calorie surplus, okay? So a dirty bulk, on the opposite hand, there's no specific amount of calories you are eating over your maintenance. You're essentially just trying to go ham, literally, maybe even eating a ham. You're trying to eat as much as humanly possible. Now, I remember when I was in football season and I didn't really know much about nutrition. My coaches basically told me this. It was dirty bulk central. We burned a lot of calories from our practices, 2 to 3 hour practices a day, lifting 3 to 4 times a week, very physically active. So we could kind of afford it because we're burning so much energy. This is not the best idea for most people because eating just as much as you want will add on a significant amount of body weight to your body. Your body fat will tremendously increase and your muscle and strength will increase tremendously as well. So if you think about somebody like a sumo wrestler, they are huge. They're literally obese by nature. But these people are some of the strongest and most muscular people on the planet. Part of the reason is because they train really, really hard. But even somebody who is just obese and overweight, who doesn't even work out as well, will have a large amount of muscle simply because this calorie surplus with protein and enough calories, right, is a potent way to build muscle just because you're getting more nutrients. And just eating protein in general actually can help you build muscle. It increases muscle protein synthesis. So that plus the extra calories, boom, you're good to go, even if you don't lift. That's usually somebody who's very obese and overweight. I would never recommend that. But just so if you ever wondered why somebody who's very overweight but doesn't lift is still really strong, that's the reason why. A huge issue with dirty bulking, and definitely why I would not recommend it, in addition to it not being very healthy, is that you will need to do a much longer cut later. So you're going to have to take, maybe instead of 8 weeks to clean up your body after doing a clean bulk or a lean bulk, you might have to take 4 months, 5 months, multiple weeks, way beyond that 8-week mark, to cut your body down overall. So it's going to really, really increase your body fat. We don't want that. For most people, clean bulking is ideal. Although certain athletes, kind of as I just mentioned with my football example, might prefer the dirty bulk simply because they need to be getting enough calories in. Sometimes hard gainers might go this way too, or people who are a little bit skinnier naturally and can't gain a bunch of weight. They might be somebody who gravitates and leans towards a bulk of this stature, of this sort. But at the end of the day, clean bulking is probably the best way. Last thing I wanted to say about this too, and before I get to that, please comment down below if you've ever clean or dirty bulked and which one you prefer. But the last thing I wanted to say about this is that when it comes to overall calorie intake and clean and dirty bulking, you can still eat junk food on a clean bulk, and you can still eat clean food on a dirty bulk. For example, somebody could be eating 300 calories extra per day over their maintenance, and they would be doing a clean bulk. And all of that food could be junk food. Their bulk would still be technically clean just because it's in that calorie threshold. On the other hand, this would be a good example of a sumo wrestler because a lot of their food is pretty lean. Somebody could be eating chicken, rice, and broccoli, but they could be eating 1,000 more calories over their maintenance of chicken, rice, and broccoli. They're still dirty bulking. And this also goes to show you that people who are eating healthy, you can still gain weight in that situation. So just something to consider. And overall, we still need to be monitoring those calories